it away.
Okay, well, Geek Out. I'm kind of a little mad tonight. Because a few weeks ago, I suffered double standard in geeking out between genres. Here's what happened. Geek Out, of choice for me, the genre of my choice is that of the comic book. The comic book is a very, very curious kind of genre. Up to and including about the late 1980s, it was a very, very cult sensation. Then in the 1990s, it seeped into the teen mainstream with all sorts of goofy cartoons. Then by the 2000s, you have all these superhero films. Beyond the Christopher Reeves and your various assorted Batmans, there's nowhere you can go to get away from a superhero film. You know this. But the small double standard, before I get into the main course double standard, is this. Small double standard is, if you go to see a superhero movie, you're like cool with the capital K-E-W-L. But if you start reading a comic book or buying a comic book beyond like a single-digit age, then your chances at hipster partnership are basically irrevocably dashed. I'm not really going to talk about hipstership and friendship and things like that, but rather a double standard that I suffered between comic books and another genre, the wonderful world of online dating. And there's a hidden polemic against that at the climax of the story. Here's what happens to me. I had met someone online. My genre was comic book. Her genre was the vampire romance. I don't know if any of you people have ever been into vampire romances. I particularly do not find one person having a delicacy on someone else's thyroid being the most entertaining thing in the world. Okay, but this is some people's thing, so it's like, alright, whatever. But I took it upon myself, this girl's really nice, I wanted to be part of her world and everything like that. So, I took it upon myself to brave my way through Vampire Academy, which is the first part of the Vampire Academy saga by Rochelle Mead. I'm sure a very good book, but I only made it through so many pages. I've tried to read vampire books before on the high-speed line in trains and moving vehicles, which is one of the worst ideas. If you're not into neck violence like I am, it's pretty bad. So, I was reading my way through it, and I made it all the way to page 3. All of a sudden, if any of you guys ever read this, literally got to page 3. One girl starts Pac-Manning, or I suppose Miss Pac-Manning, as it were, on another girl's neck, and basically I lose my breakfast, lunch, and dinner all over the train, or just about. Fortunately, I had some Wawa's lemonade with me. I had some vitamin C that saved me. I was basically like Julia Roberts in Steel Magnolias, like, you know that part where she kind of is going to shock you at these orange juice? It's a little bit of a dated reference, but pretty serious scene. But anyway, I made it through though. But even though I wasn't into the vampire novel, I was like, alright, well I can take it, it's okay. I'm into like Flynn on this whole thing because I like this girl. I lent her some comic books which were also written by the same author, Rochelle Mead. It's called Dark Swan. It's a nice, intriguing series about like a spirit medium that fights ghosts and things, what have you. I lend these comic books to her, and she goes home, she texts me, she said, I had a great time, this was a great date, I can't wait till next week, and I can't wait to read these books. So, a couple days pass. Unassuming, I text her, hey, can I call you tonight? And she says, well, you know what, I have to grade some papers tonight. Tomorrow, you know, I'm going to give you back these comic books, I couldn't really get into them. So, you know, like bad foreshadowing. Us geeks like to see foreshadowing in literature as well as life in other contexts. I see the glass is half full. I'm like, hey, she has to see me again so soon. So, you know, I see her the next day to geek out and get another direction out of music, kind of relative cult music. Those of you who are Bowie heads, David Bowie. If you know the Scary Monsters album, there's a song called Because You're Young. This is basically describing her face when I see her. She is so war-torn and resigned, and she cannot talk anymore. She looks at me with this just look like, oh. And she just was not into these comic books. We talked about 20 minutes. She gets like a cell phone tone, saying her friend had just called off a wedding that evening, and she had to go comfort her. And that was the last I ever saw her. She sent me a text that evening saying, I'm sorry we just don't have any chemistry. This is a far cry from her text from before saying, I can't wait to meet next weekend. Here's the thing, I'm not here to bash anybody, right? Guys get screwed over in dating, girls do too. You have girls, females, ladies, women, XX chromosome constituents, I feel your pain. And guys as well. My polemic is not against anybody, it's against the whole concept of dating, especially online dating. And I have a solution to it, an alternative. And one more time, geeking out, in terms of fantasy, I'm about to get medieval on all your gluteus maximi, both gentlemen and ladies. One word solution to replace dating, catapults. I say what we do is, we build some catapults, get some lonely single people like myself into them, set a couple against one another, smack one against one another, and they're problem solved. We might as well, because the whole state of dating in this day and age is completely irretrievably just screwed. I say out with dating and with catapult, because I, for one, absolutely had it with dating. Who's with me on this? Thank you.